If I ask you what you use to build a web API, chances are the answer is either Node.js or ASP.NET Core. I think these two technologies are among the most popular, so I think comparing them for performance is not the worst idea ever. So that is what we're going to do in this video. I have prepared an ASP.NET Core project with some endpoints and the exact same thing in Node.js. Let me show you. I have created this ASP.NET Core minimal API. This includes several endpoints. The first one is for testing CPU-intensive calculations. It simply retrieves the Fibonacci number for the given n, which is specified by a query parameter. Next, I have two endpoints that read data from a PostgreSQL database. The first reads all users from a user table. The second reads a user by a given ID. Both methods use EF-core. Finally, I have an endpoint that simply reads a file from the file system and returns the JSON content to the client. Simple as that. And I did the exact same thing for Node.js. I have an endpoint for Fibonacci calculation, two endpoints to get all users and the user by ID, and an endpoint method that reads a file from the file system and returns the contents of that file to the client. So how do we measure and compare the performance of these two APIs? I used Apache Bench to do this. Just download it and run the exe in a terminal. I specified that I want to perform 10,000 requests to the specified URL, and I wanted 1,000 multiple requests at a time. There are a lot of parameters you can specify, just try it yourself if you're interested. Okay, so I ran Apache Bench on all my endpoints, and these are the results. Take a look at this table. For each endpoint, there are two metrics: time per request and requests per second. And we can see that ASP.NET Core is significantly faster than Node.js in every scenario. While the difference is smallest for the endpoint that loads all users from the database, reading a specific user by its ID yields the largest performance difference between the two technologies. Quite an interesting result, I think. I'll be honest with you, I expected ASP.NET Core to be faster than Node.js before I ran the benchmarks, but I didn't expect the difference to be this big. So if you are about to build a web API and are deciding between ASP.NET Core and Node.js, these performance differences are certainly a key factor, but of course you should do your own benchmarks for your specific scenario to make a good decision. Alright, that's it for this video. Since we talked about web API endpoints in this video, you might also be interested in how to call API endpoints in Blazor components. Feel free to watch this video next. Thanks for watching. Bye.